Let's do a few movements just to connect with the body. If you're in an open plan office, feel free to do this if you want to. If you prefer not to, absolutely your choice. But they're subtle movements that you could get away with doing anyway. So let's inhale the shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale to roll them back and down. And again, inhale coming up. Exhale, roll back and down. Just notice how it feels to intentionally release some of the tension that can build up in the shoulders. Very easy to do. And then let's do an inhale to reach up, have a big stretch. And then exhale, releasing down. Start to let yourself readjust now. So you find a comfortable seated position. For you, you might prefer being a little bit more upright. That might feel good to you, feeling that length in the spine. I always say, imagine it as if you've got a piece of string at the crown of your head and it's gently lifting you up. But when it does that, it doesn't mean that your shoulders need to come up and the chest needs to go out. It's just a gentle lengthening of the spine. If that is comfortable for you and that's how you want to sit. If you'd prefer to, you can just sit all the way back, let your body be supported, and know that you can move throughout this practice because you're not a statue. If you'd like to, and you're comfortable doing so, feel free to close your eyes. If you prefer not to, then let the eyelids be a little bit softer. Look down, find a single point of focus, and take a few moments now to settle in. Do a bit of a check-in with yourself. So notice how your body's feeling. Maybe you notice what your mood is like. Where your energy levels are. So there's no judgment. Some days you're fatigued, some days you're full of beans and energetic. You're just taking note of where you are. And then notice the activity in the mind without getting engaged with it. So is it busy? Yes. Is it not busy? Yes. Or no, depending. So just notice what it's like with the activity in your mind. Maybe you're neutral. And then we're going to tune in with some of our senses. Let's start off with our sense of touch and notice some of the sensations against your body. So see if you can find 4 things that you can feel against your body. It could be your bum against the chair. Maybe you notice the hands resting. And so it's that sensation against either the back of the hands or the palms of the hands. Or maybe it's a little bit more subtle, like the clothes against your skin. So I'm going to give you a few moments of silence while you tune into 5 things that you can feel against your body. And now moving on to the sensation or the sense of hearing. So what are a few things that you can hear around you? One of them is going to be my voice, 100%. So that might be the most prevalent sound. But then what other things can you hear around you? It could be that you're sitting in a room and there are people either speaking next to you or in the next room. Or maybe you can hear the buzz of the traffic outside the window, if that's where you're located. So taking a few moments now as we settle into the practice to notice the sounds around you. And maybe you want to just bring your attention to the most subtle sound that you can hear. Then moving on to your sense of smell. Just tuning in to what you can smell around you. Maybe the room that you're in has a particular scent. Maybe you're wearing something like a deodorant or a fragrance and you notice that. Or it could be even more subtle, like you might be able to detect the smell of the fabric conditioner or washing up detergent that you use on your clothes. So giving you a few moments just to tap into this sense of smell and notice whatever fragrance or aroma you can smell. And then tuning into your sense of taste. So notice if there's anything that you can taste in your mouth. So it might be the last thing that you ate or drank, or sometimes you get that bitter taste in your mouth when you haven't eaten or drunk anything in a little while. So bringing some attention to your sense of taste. And now working with the breath. So we're going to basically work with this idea that as you expand, it's not even an idea really, it's a reality that as you inhale, the body expands to receive the breath. So as you inhale, notice this sense of expansion. It might be that you're breathing into the belly or the chest, but notice how the body expands to receive the breath. And then as you exhale, it's a release. So inhaling, expanding through the body, and then exhaling. Both a physical release, but maybe you can embrace or entertain a sense of release through the body as well. So inhaling to expand And then exhale, maybe the shoulders release and soften. Inhaling, expanding. And maybe as you exhale, the face softens and releases. So I'm going to be quiet, give you a little bit of time to work with this on your own. Just a few moments of inhaling to expand and exhaling to release. And maybe every time that you exhale, you allow there to be some softness and some release in the body, a little bit of relaxation and letting go. And then for the last few moments of our practice together, we're going to be a little bit more intentional about letting go. And sometimes it's helpful to just tune into the smaller muscles, and you can really feel it in the face sometimes. So seeing if you can, on the next exhale, allow the jaw to soften and relax. Let the lips be soft and the cheeks be soft. And then on your next exhale, see if you can allow the muscles around the eyes, those tiny muscles, to soften and release. Let go of any effort there. And then finally, seeing if on your next exhale, you can just allow the whole face to soften and relax, letting go of any effort to hold on. And before we bring the practice to a close, let's do a check-in again. So notice how your body is feeling, what your mood is like and your energy levels are like. And then without any judgment, just noticing the activity in the mind. Maybe you're a little bit more calmer than when we first started, but maybe you're not, and that it's absolutely fine. There's no right or wrong. You're just noticing. You're bringing that sense of mindfulness, tuning in with yourself. Let's take one big breath together to close the practice. So big inhale in through the nose into the belly, into the chest. Exhale all the way out. If your eyes were closed, gently blinking them open. And if you were looking down, looking back up at the screen.